Hey everyone, I've got a breaking story out of Prince George's County, Maryland that really makes you stop and think about how quickly things can change on the road. Even on an ordinary weekday, the unexpected can happen in the blink of an eye, and today's story is a powerful reminder of that. On Tuesday, July 8th, right around 11:30 in the morning, a quiet intersection at St Barnabas Road suddenly became the scene of a serious crash. What started as a typical late morning in the suburbs quickly turned into a chaotic emergency, with sirens blaring and first responders racing to the scene. What happened? A sedan and a dump truck collided near Dallas Place and Pohanka Place. Two vehicles, but very different outcomes. The force of the impact was enough to draw a crowd of onlookers and bring traffic to a standstill as people tried to make sense of the wreckage. Now here's what we know so far. Details are still coming in, but authorities have pieced together some of the key facts from witness statements and evidence at the scene. Inside the sedan, there was an adult man behind the wheel and a child riding as a passenger. They were just going about their day, like so many of us do when everything changed in an instant. The impact was so severe that emergency crews rushed both to the hospital. Paramedics worked quickly, knowing that every second counted, and the scene was tense as they did everything they could to stabilize the victims. The driver unfortunately ended up in critical condition. He was transported with life-threatening injuries, and his current status is still being closely monitored by doctors. The child, thankfully, suffered injuries that aren't considered life-threatening. Family members and hospital staff breathed a sigh of relief, but the emotional toll of such a traumatic event is something that will linger for a long time. Meanwhile, the driver of the dump truck walked away without a scratch. He was able to speak with police at the scene and appeared shaken, but physically unharmed. Police quickly shut down St. Barnabas Road in both directions for hours, turning a busy street into a gridlocked scene as investigators worked to piece together exactly what happened. Commuters were forced to find alternate routes, and the ripple effect was felt throughout the area. And as of right now, the cause of this crash is still under investigation. Officers are reviewing surveillance footage, talking to witnesses, and examining the vehicles involved to determine the sequence of events. That means there are still a lot of unanswered questions. People in the community are anxious for answers, hoping to understand how such a serious accident could happen in their neighborhood. Did someone run a light? Was there a distraction? Was one of the drivers speeding? Or did a mechanical failure play a role? Was it just a split-second mistake? We don't know yet. Sometimes all it takes is a momentary lapse in attention for disaster to strike. But if you live in or drive through Prince George's County, you know St. Barnabas Road sees a lot of traffic, and accidents there can have huge ripple effects, delays, detours, and sometimes tragedies like this one. It's a major artery for commuters, families, and local businesses, so when something like this happens, it affects everyone. It's a stark reminder for all of us. Every time I get behind the wheel, I'm trusting other drivers with my safety, and they're trusting me with theirs. We share the road, and that means we share responsibility for each other's well-being. It's easy to forget that until something like this happens close to home. We get used to our routines, but it only takes one incident to shake our sense of security. So, let's all take a moment, not just to keep these folks in our thoughts, but to remember why it's so important to slow down, stay alert, and follow the rules of the road. Whether you're driving to work, picking up your kids, or just running errands, your choices matter. I'll keep following this story and update you as soon as police release more information about what caused this crash. In the meantime, let's all do our part to make our roads safer for everyone. In the meantime, drive safe, look out for each other, and if you have any information, don't hesitate to contact local authorities. Even the smallest detail could help investigators get to the bottom of what happened. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more updates right here. And remember, every time you get behind the wheel, you have the power to make a difference. So let's all drive with care and look out for one another.